Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking on what is honestly the ultimate engineering challenge, teaching a machine to literally see and navigate its environment step by step. We're going to break down the core architecture that transforms a regular old chunk of metal and wires into a highly intelligent, autonomous navigator. Let's dive right in. So I want you to imagine the floor of a massive warehouse, but try to picture it entirely from the perspective of a completely blind machine. Right? There are no walls, no aisles, none of the obstacles are inherently visible to it. To the robot, it's just this endless, dark void. So how on earth does a robot know where it is, let alone figure out how to drive safely from point A to point B without completely crashing? Well, the answer lies entirely in the math. Before a robot can move even a single inch, its onboard computer has to solve two absolutely foundational questions. First, where am I right now? Which is solved using coordinate geometry and vectors. And second, where is it safe to drive? That one requires translating the chaotic physical world into strictly structured code. To get there, we are going on a really structured journey today. We'll start by finding the robot's anchor, speaking its code, slicing up space with loops, targeting the dead center, dodging danger zones, and finally, mapping out a completely safe path. We are building this spatial awareness layer by layer. Okay. Section 1, finding the robot's anchor, using the 2D coordinate system. You can't navigate if you don't know where you're starting from, right? That absolute anchor is the origin corner at 0, 0. This Cartesian anchor is exactly where everything begins. From this specific spot, the x and y axes track continuous physical space in meters. This allows our robot to exist at an incredibly precise decimal coordinate in the real world. Moving on to Section 2, speaking the robot's code. This is all about translating that physical space into data. So how do we actually answer that first question of where am I? We use what's called a position vector. It sounds complex, but it's really just a single geometric column that groups together the x and y coordinates. It's the exact data structure that tells the program exactly where an object sits. And to bridge the gap between textbook math and actual programming, we store this vector cleanly as a single-dimensional array. In Python, using a library like NumPy, position p becomes a simple array of x and y. It's super elegant, and more importantly, it's instantly readable by the machine.
Section 3. Slicing space with loops. Breaking down the infinite.
Here's a problem. Physical space has infinite decimals. So, to build a map the computer can understand, we use nested loops to slice it into a grid. Think of it like a kinetic scanner moving across a page. The outer loop locks in a y-axis row, while the inner loop fires through every single x-axis column cell inside it. Once it hits the end, the outer loop steps up a row, and the whole scan repeats. Section 4. Targeting the dead center, giving the robot a bullseye. Now, those nested loops gave us the starting corner of a single grid cell, but robots can't easily steer towards sharp matrix corners. They really need an absolute geometric center coordinate to navigate safely. We have to shift our focus from that raw edge directly to the perfectly centered target. And it's just a straightforward two-step formula to get there. First, you find the box's starting corner. Then, step 2, you add exactly half of the grid's resolution to both the x and y coordinates. That simple little offset calculation pushes our target right into the dead center of the cell. Section 5, dodging the danger zones, the in-polygon algorithm. So this brings back our second foundational question. Where is it safe? In our simulation, physical barriers, things like walls or pillars, are drawn as polygon frames. To check if a spot is safe, we pass our newly calculated cell center vector into a geometric in-polygon algorithm. Behind the scenes in advanced Python scripts, we use a library called matplotlib. It instantly checks if our point is trapped inside that obstacle boundary. The crucial takeaway here is this stark binary logic. If the center point is inside the boundary, it evaluates to true, and the cell is blocked. If it's outside, it's false, meaning the cell is open. Literally, this entirely basic true or false test is exactly what keeps a multi-million-dollar industrial robot from crashing straight into a concrete wall.
Finally, Section 6. Mapping the safe path. We are building the brain.
When engineers sketch out an environment, they convert it into a binary occupancy grid matrix. As the code loops through every single block on the floor, it assigns open, safe cells a value of 0. When it sees that 0, it stamps the cell with a unique sequential node ID number. But if it hits a solid obstacle, it gives it a value of 1, and the computer just completely ignores it, skipping the numbering process entirely. And all of this builds to our climax, the fully realized autonomous map grid. The solid obstacles are completely blacked out, and only the safe, open spaces receive those sequential numbers. These numbers become the literal stepping stones for the robot, allowing the machine to autonomously route its path completely around the danger zones. So we've just constructed the core spatial architecture of an autonomous machine completely from scratch. But I want to leave you with this thought. Look around the room you're sitting in right now. Really look at it. Where is the 0, 0 origin corner? How many nested loops would it take to scan your floor? And which pieces of your furniture would be flagged as unnumbered, dangerous obstacles? It kind of completely changes the way you look at empty space, doesn't it? Thanks for exploring this with me, and keep questioning the mechanics of the world around you.